Imagine a sound you can't escape. It's a low, droning noise, like a diesel engine idling just outside your window. But when you look, there's nothing there. This is the reality for thousands of people around the globe. They are hearers of a phenomenon known as the hum. It's a mystery that has puzzled communities and scientists for decades. It's not a loud bang or a sudden crash. It's a persistent, invasive sound that worms its way into your life. For those who hear it, the world is never truly silent. They are tuned into a frequency that most of us simply miss, a constant reminder of something unseen and unexplained. The story of the hum isn't new. It has been reported in specific places for years. One of the most famous locations is Bristol, here in the UK. Back in the 1970s, hundreds of people started complaining about a mysterious thrumming sound. It was driving them mad, keeping them awake at night. Then, across the Atlantic, there's Taos, New Mexico. This small artsy town in the desert became a hotspot for the hum in the 1990s. People there describe the same maddening low-frequency sound. These aren't isolated incidents. Similar reports have come from Windsor in Canada, Bondi in Australia, and Largs in Scotland. It's a global puzzle with local faces. What makes the hum so strange is how personal it seems to be. In a single household, one person might be tormented by the sound, while another hears absolutely nothing at all. Imagine the frustration. You're lying in bed, the low thrumming filling your head, and your partner beside you is sleeping peacefully, completely unaware. This has led to arguments, disbelief, and a feeling of complete isolation for the hearers. It makes them question their own senses. Am I imagining this? Is it all in my head? The sound is real to them, but its selective nature makes it incredibly difficult to prove to others. The experience of the hum is deeply physical. It's not just something people hear with their ears, they often feel it in their bodies. They describe a sensation of vibrations, a pressure in their head, or a tingling feeling. The sound is often worse indoors and at night when the rest of the world has gone quiet. This is when the hum takes over, becoming the only thing they can focus on. It has been linked to headaches, nausea, dizziness, and severe sleep deprivation. For these individuals, the hum is not just a curious mystery. It is a relentless tormentor that disrupts their peace and their health. The challenge of investigating the hum is that it's incredibly elusive. It's like trying to catch a ghost. Scientists and sound engineers have gone to places like Taos with their most sensitive equipment. They set up microphones, ready to capture this phantom noise once and for all. But often, they come away with nothing. The recordings show only the normal ambient sounds of the environment. Yet, standing right next to the equipment, a hearer will insist that the hum is present, as loud and clear as ever. It's a baffling situation that defies our technological expectations. How can a sound be so obvious to a person, but completely invisible to a machine? This leads to a fascinating and frustrating aspect of the puzzle. The hum seems to exist on the very edge of human perception. Some researchers believe that only a small percentage of the population, perhaps around 2 to 4%, is capable of hearing these extremely low-frequency sounds. Their ears might be more sensitive, or their brains might process audio signals differently. This could explain why one person in a room hears it and another doesn't. It's not that the sound isn't there, it's that most of us are simply not equipped to detect it. It's like a secret channel that only a few people can tune into. The personal stories from hearers paint a vivid picture of this struggle. I spoke to a man from Bristol who had to move house twice to try and escape the noise. He described it as a form of torture. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't concentrate, and he felt constantly on edge. His family didn't understand at first, which made him feel even more alone. It wasn't until he found an online community of other hearers that he realized he wasn't going crazy. These forums are filled with people from all over the world sharing their experiences, offering support, and comparing notes on what helps them cope with the constant drone. The psychological impact of the hum cannot be overstated. When you're hearing something that nobody else can, and that technology can't even prove exists, it takes a serious toll on your mental well-being. People are often dismissed by doctors, friends, and family. They are told it's just tinnitus or that they're imagining it. This constant invalidation is exhausting. It forces hearers into a lonely corner where they are left to deal with an invisible intruder that has taken over their lives. The mystery for them is not a fun puzzle. It is a daily battle for peace and quiet in a world that refuses to believe them. So, where is this sound coming from? That's the million-dollar question, and there are plenty of theories. One of the most common explanations points to industrial noise. This could be anything from large factory fans and high-pressure gas pipes to power lines and communication towers. These sources can create low-frequency sounds that travel for miles. The idea is that certain atmospheric conditions can trap these sounds and carry them into residential areas. This would explain why the hum is sometimes stronger in one place than another. Investigators in Windsor, Canada, even traced the hum to industrial operations on a nearby island, but it didn't solve the mystery for everyone. Another fascinating theory takes us deep into the Earth itself. Some geophysicists believe the hum could be caused by the planet's own natural sounds. They talk about microseisms, which are tiny continuous vibrations of the ground. These can be generated by ocean waves crashing against each other far out at sea. The energy from these collisions travels through the Earth's crust as a faint, low-frequency hum. While most of us would never notice it, it's possible that in certain geological areas, these sounds are amplified. It's a poetic idea, the planet breathing, and a few sensitive people are able to hear its whisper. Then there's the medical explanation. Some doctors and audiologists suggest the hum isn't an external sound at all. They believe it could be a unique form of tinnitus, a condition that causes a ringing or buzzing in the ears. However, this isn't your typical tinnitus. The hum is always a low-frequency sound, whereas most tinnitus cases involve high-pitched ringing. Also, hearers of the hum can sometimes escape it by going to a different location, which wouldn't be possible if the sound was generated inside their own head. So, while it's a plausible theory for some, it doesn't quite fit all the evidence. The problem is that none of these theories can fully explain every case of the hum. Industrial noise might be the cause in one city, but what about in a remote desert town like Taos, far from any factories? The Earth's resonance is a compelling idea, but why would it only start being reported in the 1970s? And if it's a medical condition, why do so many different people describe the exact same low-pitched drone? The mystery endures because each potential solution creates new questions. The hum is a complex puzzle where every piece you find seems to belong to a different box. In our modern world, we like to think we have an answer for everything. We have satellites that can see the entire planet and computers that can analyze incredible amounts of data. We can sequence the human genome and listen to the sounds of distant galaxies. Yet, this simple low-frequency hum continues to baffle us. It's a reminder that there are still things right here on Earth that we don't fully understand. The hum exists in the gap between human experience and scientific measurement. It's a ghost in the machine of our technological society, a phenomenon that challenges our very definition of what is real. The fascination with the hum is also about empathy. It's a story about listening to people whose experiences we cannot share. When we read about someone who is kept awake all night by a sound we can't hear, we are forced to trust their reality. It pushes us to consider the limits of our own perception. The mystery isn't just about sound waves and frequencies, it's about the human condition. It's about loneliness, frustration, and the search for validation. The global community of hearers, connected by the internet, is a testament to the power of shared experience in overcoming isolation. They are citizen scientists, working together to solve a puzzle that has been overlooked. The ongoing nature of the mystery is what keeps it so compelling. There is no neat conclusion, no final chapter. Every few years, a new town will emerge as a hotspot, and the investigation begins all over again. Journalists write articles, documentary makers arrive with their cameras, and scientists set up their equipment. It has become a modern folklore, a story we tell ourselves about the strange and unexplained things that happen in the world. It taps into our love of a good mystery, one that feels both personal and global at the same time. The hum is a puzzle that belongs to everyone. Ultimately, the hum remains one of the most intriguing and accessible mysteries of our time. It doesn't require us to believe in aliens or ghosts. The source is likely something mundane, hidden in plain sight. But until it's found, the hum will continue to buzz away at the edge of our understanding. It serves as a humble reminder that our planet and our own bodies are more complex than we can imagine. For the hearers, the search for silence continues. For the rest of us, it's a fascinating sound from the quiet, a whisper from the unknown,